What's going on, everybody? We got technical difficulty here. All right, there we go. Can everybody hear us now? Is there any static? Waiting. Now we have audio. All right. So, new show, Listen2Like, on the Truckers Education Network. So here we go. We're going to talk a little bit about light trucking, what's going on, and what we're doing for future expansion. So, welcome everybody in. Do a few shouts. What's up, Pigtail? Yo, PJ. What's going on, Southbound J? Jerome, Max Force, Desert Pam, Backwoods, Snorlord, Stewart, Jason, Big Mac. What's up? Stacy Jeffries. Long time no see. All right. So what we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to say this segment is brought to you by Thunder Funding. The best funding company in the nation. My opinion. All right. If you want to call those guys, 800-240-4140. Talk to Scott, Willie, or anybody in there. Tell them Truckers Education Network sent you. Listen2Like. Any of those, you'll get a great deal. And you'll be with the best funding company in this country. My opinion, and there you go. All right, so what does light trucking have to offer owner-operators? A lot. We have a lot, and we have a lot that most companies this size don't offer or can't offer. So here we go. We'll go over a few of them. If anybody wants to join in, there's the link. It's pinned at the top, and I don't know if that link's going to work because I had a little mishap that I had to take care of, but we'll see. All right, we'll get off, start it. I'll throw a little banner across the screen and let's talk about it. Well, if you want to sign on over here, it's easy. Go to lighttrucking.com. And you click on the contractor application, fill it out, we'll get a hold of you. We have a very simple sign-on process. It's quick, especially if you know how to put some vinyl decals on your truck and an ELD in there. We can do it remotely. Right, so we offer plates. If you don't have a plate, we can get you a plate. We have group insurance. We offer that. We also have trailer rental, so you can get to the 80%. We also have a great fuel card with great discounts through Thunder Funding. Let me speed this up. So here they are. Here it comes across the screen. We also have tire discounts, national tire discounts at all the major brand truck stops. We have longevity pay increase. And what that means is we pay percentage, and for every year you're here, your percentage goes up, which is really nice, right? We do have it capped, but it's a way that we pay it forward. The longer you're here, the bigger percentage you're going to make. Then we also have safety bonuses. Quarterly, and if you get a clean inspection, we have those too. You can pick all your own loads. There's no weekly liability cargo insurance taken out. And we're going to come up with, as this company grows, we're going to have a growth pay increase. So as more and more people, that Snorlord's popping in here. So as more and more people bring guys in, like a recruiting, right? Our contractors, they recruit some in there, and when we get to a certain level, we will raise the percentage by 2%. So then it'll go to 82%. And if you've been here 4 years, because you get a 0.5% increase per year, you'd be at 84 at that point. So what's going on, Snowlord?
Not much. Fighting the Monday low boards, but volume's been pretty good today. So I had a little bit of leverage, so it worked. So
Right. So me and Steve were talking it over, and I was thinking of a way to pay back, because everybody knows when I started this company, it's always about trying to give the owner operator the most that we can. So instead of like most companies where they grow and get bigger and bigger and bigger, they never do any pay increases, do they, Steve, for owner operators?
no, in fact, when times get lean, they lower their percentage.
Right.
And I've
Where
heard small companies doing that.
right, and we're not going to do that. Actually, we're going to increase when the company gets to a certain level. And then once that happens and it's stabilized at that level, then we'll look at another level to increase at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, you can get paid in In-N-Out gift cards, LVC. We'll pay in hamburgers. We don't care.
Whatever
LVC,
floats your boat, LVC, whatever floats your boat.
yeah, LVC wants to pay in hamburgers. I can't put his comment up on the screen because I had to do a stream key for this one for some reason. It had some technical difficulties. Probably needs to be updated. But oh well. So, and not only that, look, you get to come over and talk to Steve on a daily basis.
Don't want to drive them away, Jeff.
Yeah.
Drive
On a daily basis.
Hopefully you don't have to talk to me every day. That's the goal.
Right. If you're a Landstar guy, you have your own trailer, I mean, you can start right away. We could add, if you have your own trailer, we can add up to 10 trucks.
Yeah.
So if you don't have your own trailer, we got a couple available, and I think we're going to get a few more available here pretty soon because the trailer pool is getting returned to some of these rental places.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, yeah, we got one available in Stratford here. So, Springfield, Missouri. And
in a couple of weeks, we're going to have another one available. Mm-hmm. So if a couple of guys need a trailer, they want to come over, now's the time because we have some available equipment. And like I said, since times are hard, fuel prices are high, if you're technically inclined, a little mechanical, hey, the dean can install an ELD, anybody can, right? So if you want to put that in, we can send you everything. We can do orientation over the phone, go over everything, and you can start right away and send you over and get a trailer.
Yep. And I'm buying a heat gun so I can help take the old letters off the truck if needed. So,
right.
So we can get you set up if you come through here. Jeff's got a shop to get set up over there. So it just depends on
location, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Pigtail says, don't check his logs out from Tuesday.
I'll have to have a talk with his safety manager.
Right. So we got LVC. He's thinking about coming over as long as we do gift cards for In-N-Out Burger. We might even throw some free
Yeah, he'll be
T-shirts
doing
in
a
there
lot
for him.
He could bounce from Texas, like Dallas, to LA and back and hit the, Texas has got a few in and outs. I don't think they've come this far east yet.
And Planet
Um,
Fitness. He loves the Planet Fitness. So, he can stop at those all over the country.
right?
So, that's what we're offering. We do things out of the box, not like other companies when it comes to that. And the biggest thing is, if you come over here, let's say you're at Landstar and you sit home for a month, you have all those fees adding up and you owe them at the end of the month. Well, here, you got to pay your own physical damage and bobtail like anywhere else in your occupational. But other than that, there's no fees that add up. And, if you get those insurances from us, of course, you'll owe that. But anybody that has their own, you could sit home for the whole month and then it costs you nothing when you come back out on the road.
Yeah, if you get your insurance, your bobtail physical, and your occupational from somebody else, then the only thing that comes out of your settlement is fuel and IFTA and KYU, right?
Right. Yeah, that's all part of
And
IFTA, right?
we're not charging cargo liability, ELD. There's a small card swipe fee that's absorbed in the discount, and you get paid after every load. So if you pick up a load on Monday and it pays $3,000, you deliver it Wednesday, you get the settlement minus fuel.
Right,
Good to go.
you're getting that to your bank Thursday.
Yep. So it's a simple system. That's what I like about it, because I'm simple minded. I'm a simpleton.
Right. Simplicity is the best way, right? Because we've been to a lot of places, well, a couple. I've only been to a couple places, but and Steve hasn't been to that many places either. But when you go to some of these big mega carriers, Landstar, Schneider, and all these guys, they'll have pay sheets that sometimes you might not even understand them. Right? They got things going all over the place.
Yeah. And if you don't believe us, I mean, that was one of the things I did like about Schneider is you, at least they had it in plain English, a lot of it. But like Landstar, I struggled with, because they had all these abbreviations, and some of it came out weekly, some of it came out monthly, some of it came out bi-monthly, some of it came out bi-weekly. It's like, it was, unless you were at the computer on every single penny, it was difficult to keep track.
And here's another thing that a lot of people don't understand that we do, that most other places are not going to do. One, we pay truck order not used right away. We pay detention right away. Even if, let's say 30 days down the road or 45 days down the road, the broker pays the factoring company, but they didn't include the detention. I do not go back and take that away from the contractor after I paid it.
Right.
I just don't do it. Could I do it? Sure, I could do it because it's in the contract. But I don't do that. Same thing with if a broker fails to pay. I don't go back and take it from the contractor. We know a lot of contractors over here that a broker failed to pay, and I didn't go back and take that money from them.
Yep.
To where if you're at one of these other companies, they will go back and they'll take it right out of your check. Or a rate reduction, right? They come up with this rate reduction thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do that.
Rate change.
Rate change, right?
Yeah.
We all know the Big Blue Star does that. You could be 6 months down the road and all of a sudden your check's $3-4 less. And you're like, what's this? And it says rate change.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we don't do that. Because there shouldn't be a rate change. 6 months down the road. I mean, that stuff's already been paid.
Yeah, that's like if you worked a 9 to 5 job and suddenly your boss says, "Hey, I think we overpaid you 3 months ago, so we're going to take $100."
Yeah,
You know?
so we do a lot of things that most companies will not do and don't do. Because, and I think what drives that is that I've been an owner operator for close to 30 years. Been in trucking business 31,
Mhm.
but being an owner operator and leased onto these companies, uh, when I built this company, I didn't want to do what those other companies did when it comes to things like that.
Well,
Because
yeah, I mean, you learn from what the other companies are doing that makes drivers leave, and you wanted to be different from that.
right.
You know?
Change your channel name to Transparent Trucking, says LVC. What's up, Big Houston? Lake City, Michigan.
I notice you're wearing a hoodie, man. Is it cold up there?
Yeah, no, Steve. We already got snow flying. What do you think? Uh, lows 30s, highs in the 40s until Thursday or Friday. Thursday, I think it's going to be 50s. Friday is going to be 60 something. Uh, and Saturday's going to be flirting with 70. Which is cool because it's the last camping weekend for the season.
So let's get down to 20s today and tomorrow around here. Tonight and tomorrow.
Oh, I bet you're not going to leave the house. You'll be
As
freezing.
opposed,
You'll be freezing.
yeah, we haven't set the furnace up yet, and normally it doesn't get this cold this quick. We're not like Minnesota or anything.
Well, I need you to come help me with my tractor. I got to mow the lawn at least one more time. I thought it was the belt because it was really making a sound and wobbling.
Mhm.
So I says, okay, let me check let me drop the deck down and change the belt. So I done that. And I said, let me check the spindles while I'm at it. They were good except for the gearbox pulley. It seems to move a little bit. So now I got to take that big deck off, flip it over, and see if, a bolt come loose or if it broke, the bolt broke or something.
Hmm.
So you don't want your gearbox to be falling off the mower deck.
No,
That
no, it
wouldn't be
sounds
good.
like a bad day.
So if you could bring your lawnmower here, I greatly appreciate it, Snorlord, and let me use it.
I think your lawn would break my mower. So
Yeah, it's already broke. If it's a riding mower, like a Husqvarna, little John Deere, those Cub Cadets, it breaks those.
yeah, we've got a riding mower from my mom, and she used and abused that thing because of the amount of lawn it had to do, and so we got it refurbished, and she gave it to me, and now we've got that out at the other house, and because it's kind of too big for our yard here, but it's walnut season. Walnuts are dropping off the trees, so now we have projectiles that get launched by the lawnmowers. It's pretty neat around here.
Really?
Hmm.
Well, you got a lot of lawns to mow. There goes the boss.
Yeah, she's eating lunch. Don't disturb her.
Yeah, I won't disturb her. I mean, she'll send me a bill. She'll
Yeah.
send. Did you fix her that lunch,
No.
Steve? Come on now. You should have fixed her that lunch. You should have took
I
her out to lunch.
I fixed her lunch many times when she's been busy.
So
I'm a
she
good
went.
husband.
Yeah, you're the best.
See?
Oh, look at that. What does she want?
Nothing. She's, she's, she's saying the truth.
She's saying the truth?
Hmm.
Yeah, well,
I'm very content with my life. I have nothing else to ask for.
There you go.
man, look at that. Steve, you're a lucky dude.
She doesn't have an Amazon addiction like some other people, and you know,
Well, if you're getting a package from Amazon every single day, you have an addiction.
right?
And there are
Our house
people,
is like
yeah, there are people out there that have that.
that.
It says we need to import drivers from Canada.
I like what Dave said. No, no, you get the little kids across the street to pick up the walnuts before mowing.
You guys got walnuts?
Yeah, I mean, the other house is Walnut Central, but yeah, walnuts are. I mean, you got to watch yourself walk through the yard because you could turn your ankle on them pretty easily if you're not paying attention.
And if you take the wife out to a concert and you step off the curb, you could also twist your ankle if you're not paying attention.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. And if you're 400 pounds, that definitely is a bad day.
Well, you're not 400 pounds anymore.
No, but that was one of my reality checks that made me go, you know what, this kind of sucks. So
Yeah, it's time to. And you did well. I mean, man, you knocked it out of the park.
look at CDM's comment about shippers.
See, shippers can be culprit. Just a few minutes ago, I had a load I posted. Carrier's calling me that the same load is posted by 5 other brokers. We are like goldfish in an empty pond. Yeah, there you go. And it's still, that must be like a 3PL carrier or shipper, right? Where they're just sending it out to everybody.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
then the shippers, like, they get a response back real quick, and then they say, well, that load's gone, so they go wait for another one to come back in with maybe a little lower level rate. Yeah, times are pretty thin right now. But then when you look at the rest of the world, what's going on, you never know what's going to happen.
All right. Yeah.
Because you got China doing their thing now, right? Just over the last couple of days with Taiwan,
Hmm.
they're talking about, they're talking about that they can get them just to switch over without military force because, they just want to. That's what I was reading today in the news. I says, are you kidding me? They just want to? CDN says, no, this shipper is just cheap.
Small business that shops market hard.
Yeah. Brothers Grimm, yeah, we're doing okay this week. Hope you are too. They do the same process for 25 years. And that's the thing. A lot of brokers, that's like the ones that only post on the DAT board. And they have to pay to post there. Where they could go to the 123 load board and post for free. But if they've been doing that forever, they don't look at change, right? Because they're old,
Mhm.
and they don't like changing or keeping up with technology. You know what I mean?
Mhm. You got the green screen thing going on.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, do you like it? I mean, it looks good, right?
Yeah, and I don't have my green screen on. I can't do the green screen on this Ecamm deal.
Oh, well, I could go to. Want me to switch to. Which one is that when you use the duck? You want me to switch to the duck?
I'm pretty, I don't know why everybody trashes StreamYard. I do pretty good with them. Now, I will say that here lately, if I'm on a single screen, it'll flicker, but it doesn't show the flickering on YouTube, but it's flickering on my end. I don't know what's causing that. I don't know if it's the virtual background thing having an issue or what. I do have a green screen back there, but I only hook it up every now and then. So it's essentially a sheet on a rod.
Right.
So
Yeah, this is the one it's real long in a case. You just pull it straight up.
I almost bought one of those.
Was it the Elgato or something? I don't know. One of those.
Right.
And I bought it used. I'm not going to buy them new. I was on Facebook Marketplace. I put in green screen, and somebody 10 miles up the road had one for really cheap. Because these are, what, a couple $100? This system? Yeah, they had it. Yeah, they had it for less than 100, and I drove over there and bought it because what they did is they bought it for the kids that did Twitch and all that. They were video gaming, streaming video games, but they wanted something that doesn't have to be so close to you, right? Because this is just right behind me. So they just painted their whole room green, and they could just put whatever they wanted on there. They have a blank canvas on the back wall.
Yeah, ideally that's the thing to do is have a separate studio and people like bookshelves. Like people like I read this thing on podcast and they said that if you talk about guitar, have guitars in the background. If you talk about just general information, having books in the background,
Right.
The whole science behind it.
Thanks for the $1.99, Brothers Grimm. That'll buy me a coffee.
Nash has got a question.
Okay. I got something going on. Hold on just a second, Steve. If you want to answer that, Steve, I mean, you can while I take care of this, but if not, it'll be 10 seconds.
80% of your line haul, you're not paying. So the 20% includes cargo liability, ALD, back office. So your settlements, you're only charged your bobtail, collision, if you get it through us, and your IFTA. Of course, I don't think there's a company out there that's going to cover your IFTA, and then your fuel after our discount. Our discounts range from 12 cents to $1, depending on where it's at and what the market is doing. And so if you get your plates through Like Trucking, that's a different fee. But you can, so if you come on with your own truck, with your own plate, your own trailer, and your own insurance, you're only getting fuel taken out of your settlement. So. And Brothers Grimm, right, you can't find a coffee for $1.99 these days. CDN, I mentioned that I built that forward stand. The funny part is, carrier 5 pieces, 8 feet long, 2x4s on my mountain bike. I went meet a brother-in-law for beer last night, rode my bike, car light life.
All right, we're back.
Good deal.
For now.
I'm getting ready to get off here pretty soon.
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff to do. Been a really busy morning this morning, Steve.
Well, it's Monday.
Yeah, it's Monday. I mean, we had all kinds of rate cons coming in. We've had problems with, brokers saying that there's an appointment at 3 in the afternoon on the rate con, but it's 6 a.m. And then when you show up at Walmart, they say, oh, you're 9 hours late. No, I'm not. Here it is. Well, not in our system. And then you call that broker all day long. And then at 2 the next day in the afternoon, they finally say, yes, we have you. Just go on over there. We got it squared away. You just don't drive over to Walmart. So we tell them, hey, we just don't drive. No, get over there. They'll take it. You get over there, and then 5 minutes before you're pulling the parking lot, they send you the new rate con, and it's got, guess what?
Another late appointment.
Yeah, your appointment's 6 a.m. that day. So then you show up, and then Walmart says, well, you're only 7 hours late today. So, head back out the gate, come back tomorrow. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's.
Unbelievable.
Is that still a battle right now?
No, finally got unloaded, right?
Finally.
Because they told him, hey, Walmart did, which was really nice of them. Walmart said, look, we know you've been here. This is the second day. Come back at midnight. The manager at midnight's he's a nice guy. Tell him what's going on, and he might unload you, right? He might. So driver's getting ready to take a nap. All of a sudden, I get a new rate count in, and I said, hey, they got it in there again for the next day, 6 a.m. So he got unloaded. We're just trying to negotiate the bill for that.
Yeah, and not until, losing 3 days of revenue over that?
Right. And see, then when it comes to other things too, okay, CDN's in here. So maybe he can answer this, right? So I was on the phone last week arguing with a broker because he's owed us a pretty big line haul since August. And he wasn't paying because he said there was damage to a piece, and the damage was $200 and some odd dollars, right? Well, he was holding payment 65 days now because of $200 claim and wanted us to admit it was the driver's fault when it wasn't. The driver took pictures at the shipper, but for anybody's now, here's a little nugget for everybody. If you're at a shipper and they damage some product but won't take it off the truck, and if they don't write it on the bill, you write it on the bill that it was done at the shipper, right? And if they don't sign it but refuse to sign, but you also have photographs that are time-stamped. Well, he says, well, the driver did the right thing. He notified, the broker. He notified us, but he didn't annotate on the bill. So this broker knew that it was done at the shipper, but he's still going to make the carrier pay because of that, because he doesn't want to go back to his customer and tell his customer, no, your forklift driver did it. Here's the pictures, right? But I says, you cannot hold the pay for that claim. That's illegal. You can send, let's say it was $5,000 load and it was $250 claim. You can send $4,750 payment and then put down why you didn't send the other $250. But you can't hold that because, one, they do not own the freight. It's not their freight.
No, that's not.
The freight is the shipper's freight.
Here's what I've come to learn in the last several years is that when the market is going through a transition period like it is now, there's a lot more shenanigans that happen. Missed appointment times or wrong appointment delivery times, or a load that doesn't look good on paper because it's got 2 days transit time. They'll put a false number on there so it looks like it's a 1 day transit, so you book it, that kind of thing. Or it's a drop trailer load they didn't tell you until it's too late. That happened to a friend of mine.
And you could tell that this wasn't damaged by the driver because it was tractor equipment, right? So the shipper drove in a small tractor with a bucket, lowered the bucket down on another piece that was in front of it on a pallet, scratched the paint, right? Scratched the paint. Well, there's no way a driver could do that. When the receiver goes up there to take the pieces off, he sees that there's nothing touching that piece, but it's got a paint scratch that was done by the shipper. A driver can't do that, and it can't happen in transit when everything's strapped down.
All right, my phone's going nuts. I gotta go, Jeff.
All right. Thanks a lot, Steve, for coming in. thanks everybody for showing up. We are going to do some more live feeds and talk about the trucking industry and things like that. And about, down the road, future expansion and everything else. Let me answer this text real quick. All right. Jeff, if this broker won't call shipper consignee to settle, you have the right to call both shipper and consignee to get written confirmation the driver did not cause damage forward to a broker. Right, CDN. Is it worth my time to fight it? Probably not. It's just the principle of the thing, right? They know it happened to the shipper because they got a call from the driver stating it, and the big conglomerate of tractors, we're not going to say the color, but you can figure it out. There's only a few of them, happened at their facility. So, anyway, it's probably not worth our time, but it's just the principle of it. And the guy being so arrogant, I've been in this business for 40 years. Well, you know what? I've been in it for almost 32. So what are you trying to tell me? Just the way it is. All right. Thanks everybody for coming in. Like I said, if you want to come over to Like Trucking and get all those benefits that we're rolling across the screen, if you are semi-retired and you're over there at the, one of these companies, and if you have your own trailer and you don't like, after sitting home for 2 or 3 weeks or a month, having that big bill that you have to pay, then come on over here. Because if you buy your own physical damage and bobtail through your own insurance company, then there's nothing there. If you get it through us at the good discount, then you can either pay that weekly or monthly, just like with any other insurance company. If you paid it monthly, then if you sat home for 3 weeks, there's nothing coming out of your check when you take that next load. All right. Try to split the difference on the cost. Yeah, that's just a broken record with this broker, CDN. So, I told him, if you didn't pay, we go get their bond. Well, you can't because there's a claim. No, yeah, you can still do it. Now, whether if they don't want to pay, then you know what? Then you just go to court, right? Just go to court if that's what it takes. All right, we'll see y'all later. Thanks for watching, and we'll get out of here with some intro music.